For Fisher.
Mr Deputy Speaker, on 14 and 15 June, as part of my responsibilities under the Defence Subcommittee of the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade Standing Committee, I travelled to Rockhampton to inspect exercises Hamel and Sea Raider, underway at the Shoalwater Bay training area. I was accompanied by the Committee Defence Liaison Officer, Wing Commander Jackie Carswell, and James Rees, the Committee Secretary. We were greeted at Rockhampton Airport and escorted to our waiting MRH-90 helicopter. We joined a number of ADF personnel transferring to the Army base at Shoalwater Bay, where we were briefed about exercise Hamel. I was greeted by Major General Paul McLaughlin, who had read all about my announcement last Wednesday at Presidium Global of $2 million for the supply of 4 unmanned ground vehicles. The Army are keenly awaiting the supply of these tremendous vehicles, constructed in Caloundra in my electorate of Fisher, so that they can put them through their paces during Operation Talisman Sabre next year. After a short drive from the Army headquarters in a magnificent Bushmaster, we were off again in an MRH-90 headed for HMAS Canberra, the Royal Australian Navy's flagship. On board, we were greeted by the captain, Ashley Papp. HMAS Canberra and her sister ship HMAS Adelaide comprise the Navy's class of large, air-capable amphibious assault warships, designated as Landing Helicopter Docks, LHD. To date, they are the largest vessels ever operated by the Royal Australian Navy and a vital asset in the pursuit of the nation's current force protection strategy. Canberra is capable of many roles, but is primarily assigned to the conduct of amphibious operations, along with tactical logistic support, command and control support and military support operations. Unfortunately, I had to leave the Canberra at 13:30, just a few hours before her embarked forces of 900 infantry were to leave by helicopter and landing craft. 2 years of planning had to come to a crescendo on that day, and the ship was abuzz with excitement. This would be the largest amphibious assault, albeit as an exercise, undertaken by the ADF using Australian-owned resources. On 15 June, Australia joined the ranks of only 6 countries around the world with capacity for amphibious assault. The men and women serving on board HMAS Canberra and Choules and Newcastle did our country proud, and it showed to our friends and allies, and indeed the world, just how capable she is. I want to particularly acknowledge the following servicemen and women for making our trip to the Canberra so memorable. The flight crew on the MRH-90, Major General Paul McLaughlin, Brigadier Ben James, Captain Ashley Papp, Colonel Matt Sieber of the US Marines, Commander Terence Garside, Airside Operations, Commander Thomas, Navy Test Lead, and Lieutenant Catherine Garrett.